It's called Swarm, and it's on Amazon Prime. It just came out on the 17th, starring Dominique Fishback. And I see that, Janine Neighbors and your boy Donald Glover with a picture has something to do with the creation and directing of this television show. The show itself, it basically follows my bad. It follows an obsessed Houston-based fan. She goes to increasingly violent lengths for her favorite R&B singer. So a lot of the the show, this is the artist that she's obsessed with. Her name is Naja. But a lot of Naja, the way she's presented is very similar to Beyonce. She has what's called the Swarm, and Beyonce has what's called the Beehive. So this show basically follows this obsessed fan. Now, the way I even caught wind let me just be straight up. The way I even caught wind of this show is because I had seen on Media Takeout, I had seen that they were saying like something about Chloe Bailey was explicit scene or something. And I'm like, isn't that the little singer group? Like so that was surprising. That's how I heard about Swarm. She was having an adult scene or something in this this TV show. And I'm like, man, what the opposite. You got one sister doing Ariel, and you got the other sister getting back shots. It's interesting. It's very interesting there. Going two separate ways, I see. So basically, the show follows Dre. Within the first 5 minutes, you're going to see that scene of Chloe Bailey. She's the dude from Snowfall. He's the one giving her the back shots of doom. So they are two sisters that's obsessed with this Naja. Dre ordered a credit card and bought these really good tickets for this concert that cost up in the thousands. Like it was $1,000, but it was like $1,500, $1,600, something like that, $1,800, something like that. But she was going to surprise her sister with it. When she does see her come across her sister, like when she leaves the room, that's when she like locks eyes with the guy who's hitting her sister. That kind of comes back to play later on. But he has said something later on dissing Naja. And that's basically the premise of this show. If you say anything to diss Naja, she was going to find you and she was going to kill you. Now I'm gonna try to. It's not a long watch. Every episode is between like average about 35 minutes or so. So it's not a hard watch. So like I said, the first episode, her sister. What happened? Why did she get mad at her? I know her sister got mad at her for something. And damn, why did she get mad at her? So Dre wasn't working or in between jobs. It was something like that. And her sister's basically doing, like carrying the weight for both of them. And she goes, she ends up, God damn it, but skip on it. She ends up killing herself. Her sister, she went out with the boyfriend. She was mad at her sister for something about the bills, or it was something for buying the Beyonce tickets. I can't remember, but she got mad at her, and she basically said she needed space. So she leaves to go out with my man who was breaking her back in from Snowfall. So she is in the house. I guess Naja, the Beyonce, basically Beyonce, but Naja drops a surprise album. Everybody's going crazy. So she goes out instead of sitting in the house. She ends up, you think it's like a dream because she's all dressed up. She goes out. She ends up having sex with some dude, this white kid, and her sister's like calling her. She missing the phone call. Her phone was dead or whatever, and it turns out her sister had overdosed or something because she found out her boyfriend was cheating or whatever the case was. So Dre is left with that guilt of not answering the phone, her sister being dead, because you don't have her background just yet. So you're not, so she's just like, she needed that her sister's back, like her support. Now that support is gone, so now it's just like a tailspin. And so from episode to episode, like she'll see people posting about Naja. Trying to think, like in one instance, she was looking for this guy who had said something about her sister when she had died. He was like, she was stupid or something, and then made a comment about Naja. So she was looking for him, went to a strip club looking for him. She was a dancer, really inexperienced, like she couldn't dance or nothing. Like you should see the dance moves she was trying to do. The dude was just looking at her like that. So she goes and talks to this guy, and she's trying to get information on the dude that she's looking for. And when she basically gets the information, she grabs his food and she oh, you know what? Did she? Am I missing the part? Look, she kills everybody. But I know at one point she goes back to the guy because where was she? The girlfriend's boyfriend? No. Okay, I'm skipping. It's so much. I've consumed so much TV lately. All right, so she goes to the strip club. She's dancing horribly, by my ad, and gets some information. So she ends up running across Paris Jackson, Michael Jackson's daughter. She was in the show, and she's arguing with the friend, and all this crap. It's Jesus Christ. Who did she kill first? She killed the boyfriend first. But why? Oh, because he says about Naja. Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's just they don't have. As I'm looking at the episode, they don't even give you. You can just see the episode titles. It doesn't let you go through them and try to break down. Like, oh, give me a reminder. No, it's just titles that I can't press. But she ended up killing dude. He was crying about the situation. He was gonna make her some tea because he had came to hit on her. Oh, okay. Problem. I'm sorry. It's been a while. It hasn't been a while. I literally watched this a couple days ago, but damn, I can't remember everything. All right. Here we go. So, okay, this is what happened. She got mad at her about the bills. And then she tried to tell her she bought the Beyonce tickets because she was trying to surprise her. And then she told her that her boyfriend, because she told the boyfriend that she bought Beyonce tickets, told her not to tell her sister. So when she basically said that she wanted to take her for the Beyonce thing. She was like, "How you get the tickets?" You know, she basically blew the rent or sacrificed the rent to get the tickets. She was like, "My boyfriend basically asked me to go to Atlanta on that date, but he already knew that." So she was like, that kind of started the argument, which made her tell her at some point the boyfriend was trying to like sleep with her. Like he was like, "Yo, I know you know we can, you know, I see you looking at me when I was hitting your sister, da da da." So her sister leaves. That's what happened. So then Beyonce, oh, got that, not Beyonce. Naja drops this the surprise album, and instead of sitting in the house being all sad, she goes out to the club and meets the dude, ends up sleeping with him. She thinks it's a dream. She wakes up, but it was real. I need to let you know, Amazon must love showing male genitalia. They are going to show some guys stuff pressed up to a bowl. Just letting you know, be prepared for it. The later scene that is even more graphic that blew my freaking brain, I'll tell you about later. So the sister, while she's out all night with dude, her sister was calling her. She left a message like, "Yo, I found out dude was cheating. Like, I need you right now. Please answer the phone." So she answered the phone. She comes home. She sees her sister. She's dead. Right. So wow, great episode for you. She dead in the first episode. So she goes. She's pissed. She goes to go see him because he went to the funeral. The family basically tossed her out like, "Yo, we don't want her here. Get her out of here." She's like, "She's family to me too. She needs to go." So she goes to his house and she's like, "Yo, I didn't see you there." He was like, "Yo," he like broke down like, "I never seen a dead body before." Like, da, 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 blah, blah, blah. Do you think this is gonna be like this little sympathetic moment? Maybe some kissy wissy? No. He kind of held himself together, offered her some tea. He went to go get some tea. She snatches this like lamp out the. She snatches something out the back of the. I mean, out the plug, chases him and hits him, and starts beating him to death. So she kills him, and then she, in her anxiety, panic-driven state, she digs her hands, and bloody hands, inside this pie. Starts eating. It's just. I'm sorry. I was very grossed out watching this at times because she was always eating, especially after she killed somebody. She just always ate. Weird, disgusting to see, actually. At least for me. So, second episode is when she runs across like Paris Jackson, and she's working as a stripper, looking for the guy. When her sister died, this dude had posted that her sister, some rude comment about her sister, and if Naja died, nobody will miss her music. So remember, she's already a psychopath, and she gets upset when you talk about this, about the artist that she loves in a negative light. She lashes, she goes back and forth. So she really comes off weird to the other dancers. She can't dance. She really couldn't dance at first, and then she ends up running across Paris Jackson. She was arguing with her boyfriend and ended up, she kind of like followed her and said maybe ran across her again at her hotel, or but she lets her in, and you know, they kind of get cool. The girl's telling her that dude's abusive and this and this and this. So she goes while the girls sleep and kills the boyfriend. I don't know if the boyfriend, did he say anything about Naja? I don't know. But she goes and kills. I can't remember if these two said anything about Naja. I know Naja's she's brought up in a lot of situations. But she killed the white dude, went and killed him, and then she's like feeling all great about killing him. Paris Jackson enters, she shows up at the place. And so Paris Jackson's like, she was like kind of like stunned a little bit, but then she started kicking his ass, like kicking him and stomping him, and they started kicking him and stomping him together. And so Paris just started like talking too much. Not like to anybody else, but just in that moment. Like, girl, what we gonna do? We just did this. And oh my God, he got money on it. We can go do this and we can travel. How we gonna hit the Mexico and on? And then she killed her. Like, shot her in the head. Wow, get out of here. And then like must have had her in the trunk, buried him. So one night she goes out. So when she comes back to the job, the dancers, now she's dancing, like she getting it now. I don't know if it's because something empowered her when she killed the person, but she could not dance before she killed Paris. Once she killed Paris, she came back and she was busting down the moves and popping it, and I'm like, what? What happened? She literally couldn't dance the night before unless she was faking it. But now she getting it. Like, so she the girl's like, hey, you trying to go make some more money? You know what I'm saying? Now, there's some truth to this actual story. People been asking, is Swarm a real, like, is a follower of a real person? I've done some research. But I will tell you this. This story is real. This story is real. 4 strippers with broken down car fatally shoot Good Samaritan in the back after he stopped to help them change a tire that he paid for. Brittany Curry, 28, Panisha Taylor, 23, Denisha Simmons, 19, and 23-year-old Letitia. What's up with all these Ishas and Nishas and what's going on? Are they cousins? Dotson were charged with first-degree murder in the death of Ralph Cross. Cross, 55, was found dead in his home with a gunshot wound to the back. Witnesses said they saw all 4 women with Cross when he helped them change their tire and invited them back to the Missouri home. In addition to the first-degree murder, all 4 women were charged with the armed criminal action and unlawful use of a weapon. So I did some digging. Oh yes, I did. So this story, they took it from an actual story and put their tells on it. So asks her, hey girl, you trying to be our driver to this college baseball party? And she's like, look, if you're going to have any sex, it's for $1,000. Don't be this and this and this. The girl giving rules and all this. You know what I'm saying? So she gets there, and it's now again, guys, men, hey, talk to me. Let me talk to you. This is what I'm talking about. They're going to show white ass and white male genitalia. I'm just letting you know. It's a wild scene, right? So that's not even the worst part. That's not even the worst part. The worst part is while all this is going on, the killer, Dre, goes into the room. She's in there eating pretzels and sour cream. I don't know. She's dipping them in and she's eating stuff. And this white guy comes stumbling in. He's like, man, they wild. I ain't like them. I got a girlfriend. I'm trying to be a good dude. But, can I jack to you? And she looks at him and she's like, how much? He says 100. She counts with 1,000. He says, let's go. Now, I was thinking that they was going to cut the scene. That's it. Cut the scene, fade to black, go somewhere else with the scene. No. This is what Amazon did. And I don't like this. I didn't like this at all. Amazon decided to show this man pull out his red penis, pixelate it like you can't see it. It's right there on the screen. It's there. You can see it. And he's jerking off to this girl who's eating the pretzels with the sauce. And he's talking about bite it harder. And she's like, no. She bites the chip and he's orgasming. They be wanting you to turn the television show off. See, I hit the desk so hard, open the damn thing back up. They want you to cut the show off. Why? I'm just letting you know, guys. I'm just telling you for my men. Because when you don't know this stuff, you be like, dog, I'm telling you, they're going to show this man reaching his pants, pull out a pixelated penis that you can still see, and he's jerking off to the girl while she's eating chips. So, throwing it out there, I thought that was very unnecessary, but it's there. It is what it is. So, they end up heading out, and then they're leaving the party, and the car breaks down, and the guy that she's literally looking for pulls up on her, and he offers to tow. This story here. This is where they got it from. He pulls up on them, the car's out, the tire's flat, and in this story, he takes them back to the house. So they go back to the house, and everything's cool, and then she starts being weird. Dre talking about, who's your favorite artist? And he say some name, and she was like, oh, you compare him to Naja. She has 26 Grammys, and Then she's like, "Do you remember this? The comment you made?" She starts, re-saying his, re-quoting his comment, and you gotta be careful when you lean down when you got hair. Your hair, you dip your hair right into some bull crap on accident. You'd be like, and a bad accident on accident. You gotta keep it doing. Anywho, hair problems. So yeah, so she's trying to figure out the whole Naja thing. She's going back. What's his favorite artist? This and this. And then did he bring up? She at some point she brings up. No, that was somebody else. Okay, so she ends up. Um, they all end up leaving or getting ready to leave, and she's thinking about going in there to kill him. So she's like, I gotta use the bathroom. She goes in there, and she hears the water running, and she has something heavy to hit him with, but he's not in the shower. He walks up on her behind her. He's like, "What you doing?" And so she turns around and hits him. Boom. They get the wrestling, fighting. He getting the upper hand on her, and the girls come in and shoot him in the chest. Like they hitting him and stuff, and then one girl shoots him. Boom. Kill him. And so they all leave, and like well, not all leave. They trying to well, they're about to leave, but they realize the girl, Dre, took the car, rolled out. Where did Dre go at? After that, did Dre show up? And she showed up. I know she killed some guy. She was asking him, does he remember a comment? Like she killed one guy. She was all dancing and partying, and that's where this comes from. That's the scene where she killed him, and then at one point she had came across. She was going to kill this white lady who was coming after her, but then she had saw this black guy with a crew pass for Beyonce. I mean, Jesus, for Naja's concert thing. So she went after him. She ends up trying to break into his house. He catches her, and she's basically like, she lies and says she's running, running from her life, basically. So they end up becoming cool, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come with me, to my job, see what I do or whatever." And they go, and she basically locks him in a freezer and takes his pass, disguises herself as like security. She gets close to Naja and she bites her. But she was daydreaming something totally else, like something different. Like she was eating a cake. I don't remember. She ended up biting her. So they looking for this woman who she ran off when she realized, oh, somebody bit Naja on the face. Oh, good to get her. She's running out of there and all this stuff. And then she stumbled across Billie Eilish. And I kept saying that people was praising Billie Eilish. I'm not really familiar with Billie Eilish, but she has some very intense eyes when I can only imagine, when guys or whoever she has sex with she has very like intense. It's like it's not a dark look. It's just like a cat. Her eyes are very cat-like. Like they're almost sinister. There's a strong stare. That's what I would say. I imagine looking her in the eyes. Like transmogrifying to some bat. Who knows? she a witch or something. She's a cute girl, but she looks so scary. Look at these eyes. Like you gotta see her in the show when she's looking at the way she looks and I've never heard Billie Eilish talk. I've never heard any songs, but she did a good job acting here. She apparently, now fellas, I told you about all the crap you didn't want to see, all the male genitalia that's going to show up. This episode, you get breasts, you get women, you get a little bit of breasts with the stripper. It was the big girl. No offense to the big girls, but her body was not right. This one, you get a little bit of man. They finally give man something. Thank you. A little bit of ladies, finally. She basically stumbles across a cult. And they lied to her, basically saying they can get her, to see the Naja concert and all this and that. But really, they took her phone and they was really just fun. It was a cult. So they bathe, they naked together. They do all these little things together, and eventually she wants her phone. She's like, "What day is it?" You know what I'm saying? Because she knows she needs to see Naja, and it just all hell breaks loose. She runs over she killed Billie Eilish. She may have killed another couple of girls or something. Ran them over. Tried to make it in time to the show, but it was too late. It was over. So she had to leave. Where did I take her after that? I know it was an episode where they had the detective who was like a true crime. Where they following her. She trying to pick up background, different backgrounds and stuff for investigation discovery type of thing where she's going behind the scenes, she's interviewing people, she's trying to find out who is who, and she's breaking it down. She knows who the girl is now. She's trying to track her down, and she needs to arrest her. But episode 7 ends with, I know she was trying to get into the concert, but lost her ticket. She had killed somebody else. Who did she kill? She killed somebody else. Regardless of the fact. And remember, every time she's killing, she's eating. Episode 6 it's a nice. It's different because it's the black lady, and she's basically trying to find who this chick is. So it's like a totally different tonal shift, but it was cool. And then 7 went back and to her. Where was she? Oh, she had basically found this girl. She had cut her hair now. Pretty cute little girlfriend she ended up meeting. And met the family, and everything was cool. And they got into an argument one day, and then the girl started talking crap about Naja. And then, I think she already knew that she didn't like Naja. I know I keep showing this picture, but I got to keep doing it because I want to keep saying Beyonce. I think she already knew she didn't like Naja, but then she said she bought them tickets or something, and I guess it cost the rent. It was something. And she was going on, you stupid, and started talking all bad about Naja. And then she started talking bad about Naja. You saw a tear come down her eye. And she knew she was about to kill her. Like, she must have been saying, like, I thought I loved you. No, you breaking my heart. I gotta kill you. And then she just started like choking her. Ends up killing her. And then it kind of ends weirdly, like she meets Naja and they walk, like she runs up on stage, because then it like this is what makes it feel like it's a real jump. In episode 6, they're showing like all this like real footage of like the real people who it could have been. It was weird. But she somehow, I can't remember how she runs. She goes to the concert. She runs on stage. The people breaking her up from Naja. Naja's like, stop. And she's like, like basically, this is what I think happens. It dawns on me. This is what happened. Because if you remember earlier when she went into like that little dream zone, she bit Beyonce. I mean, Naja. But this one, she did run on stage. She did. And they did capture her. And then they arrested her ass. She didn't leave with Naja. Like when she thought that she was leaving with Naja. No, that was the police. Like, that was the police escorting her away. She's crazy. I just figured it out. There it is. She was arrested, and because she's crazy, she thought that she was leaving with Naja in the limousine, but no, sweetheart, you were leaving with the police officers to get locked up. I figured it out. That's it. Who debating it? Anybody debating it? Write in the comments. Let me see what you're saying. What's going on? Police officers. I don't know. That's it. What you think? Like, talk with your boy. I'm trying to figure all of this out. I am. But I do think that is what happened. I do believe, because now it makes sense. She bit Beyonce because she saw like an apple or a cupcake or something. I watched something that had a cupcake and an apple, so I might be mixing the two. But she bit her because she saw something, and because now it's triggering, she's clearly crazy. That's what. Because when I saw the end of the show, I was like, so what just happened? Now that I'm thinking about it, a day later, what happened was she did run onto that stage, and she was arrested, but she didn't leave with Naja. She left with the police officer. She's just crazy. So she thinks that she's leaving with Naja. Good show. Honestly, it's a really good show. The girl, the actress, oh man, she annoyed me. Not that she was a bad actress. She did a tremendous. She did the whole the crazy eyes, and she really anger, and she really showed like everything her character was supposed to be. Oh, I didn't talk about the part where she went back. She went back to the house where her sister was from, and then that's when you find out her backstory because she had pulled a gun when the mother. She ended up finding out her phone was turned off. That's why I'm missing the whole part. The phone was turned off, and she was like typing herself, writing herself as her sister, and then writing back. And I don't know if she was going crazy, but she would start seeing messages from her sister and stuff like that. So when she ended up finding out the phone was off, she went to the like say AT&T, like, can you fix my phone? And the guy's asking for like, ID and all this, and she's acting real funny, and she's like, look, I need this phone back on. And he's like, look, he pull up the account information, like it was disconnected by Nathaniel Hackett. I don't know. That's the guy's name. And fake father's name. And she's like, oh, he turned it off. She's like, but you understand, like, I need this on. Like, I'll pay you. Like, just so she acting weird and he wasn't with it. So she ends up going to the house and trying to threaten them into cutting the phone back on. But the mom's like, look, you can do what you want with us. You already taken enough. You had her paying your bills and this and that. And the father ends up pulling a shotgun out on her and ends up trying to shoot her and chasing her out, basically chase her out the house. It's this whole thing. Then you find out that she was because that's the episode is it 5 that happens, but episode 6 the detective ends up going to meet the caseworker, and the caseworker tells her basically like a little bit of her. You kind of get a little bit of the backstory between 5 and 6 because the mom and they're talking about it. So she was a foster child. They brought her in after like an incident that took place. I think this is episode 6. We find out, like it's an incident because it was a white friend that went to a sleepover with her. An incident that took place at the sleepover where I don't know if they were playing around or she took it too far. She like kirked off and bit the girl and tried to stab the girl and went all ham. So the parents sent her back. So now I guess like all these, now that they're older, they kind of rejoin together and they were living. Were they living together? Or was that her place? I think that was her own place, and I think she was still living with her parents. They didn't really clarify that, but unless I missed it. But that was another part. But she really played, and then because I bring it up because they basically say the kids would call her dumb and all this. She played that role like she would come off like she was a little slower than everybody else, like with the way her response is, like, she'd look at you. She did a good job, but her character was annoying. The eating, the constantly eating, the way she would respond to stuff. Like I was like, come on, like, and why are you tripping? So, in overall totality, people, there are real people in this world that's like this. That is crazy. Not to the point of, I'm gonna chase you down and I'm gonna kill you, but the fact that people defend and go this hard for artists or celebrities or whatever you want to call them, that's crazy. Like, I don't have that type of fandom for anything. That's very, I guess, but It's a good show. I thought it was really good, with the exception of I don't. If you want to throw nudity in it, cool. But the whole masturbating with the pixelated penis was just a step too far from me. It was almost as far as what's that Infinity Pool movie or whatever, where the woman masturbates the guy, and they show him ejaculating on the ground. Like, what? Like, who is this for? It wasn't for me. Is it for you? Do you want to see that? Like, if I want to see that, I can go and watch this. Like, we can go and watch this together. I don't need to see it in a television show that's like, is it TVMA? What is the rating on this thing? What, NC-17? Like, this is my only issue. I know. I do have issue. I have one issue. My only issue is that these Bailey sisters have been around for a little bit. Like I said, I've never heard them sing. I never heard none of this stuff, but I know they've been around for a little second, and they have a young following. All right, and I hope that as parents, we like make sure, because you can't blame Chloe Bailey for what she's going to do, but I hope parents monitor what their kids do watch, because she has a young kid following, and in the first 5 minutes of this TV show, she's getting her back blown out. Kids are going to want to follow Chloe Bailey, the kids that grew up with her watching her. And so I'm just saying, as a parent, just be mindful. They might want to see this show. They can't see it. There is penises. There's man jerking off that they show. There's breasts. Don't let your children watch this show. This ain't for kids. If you do, it's on you. Okay? Don't let your children watch Swan. They're going to like Chloe Bailey. Remember her other sister? She's Ariel. She's and all of that. And then you got this sister. Some you see the difference? So you don't want none of that right there. You just want to just nix that right there. Don't let your kids watch this. Not knocking Chloe Bailey. She did a tremendous job. Billie Eilish did a tremendous job. Good show. But man, that was, just be careful. I wonder if there's other shows they can do like this. Is that it for this? Is there another Swarmette, another bee from the hive that's going to pick up where she left off? Like, this could go somewhere. But it was a good show, and I would give it, with the exception of the nonsense, I give it like a 4.5 out of 5. This is one of the better shows I've seen recently. But also, like, people. This also goes. People need help, man. Mental health. People need love and support. And when you don't have love, support, the people that you do keep nearest to you, when they pass, man, it breaks your heart. It does something to you, cracks you as a person, and you may lose it. Like, she, because of her upbringing or lack of love, or she put a lot of her fantasy and love and into this. She put a lot of herself and fantasy into this love of Naja, this fantasy of Naja, and it grew very unhealthily. That's why I don't argue with people over stuff that is opinions. Like, opinions like who's the best rapper. Look, I think this person, you think that one, fine too. Yeah, but as far as like, what, he has 18 number one songs, 14 times black. I'm not fighting. I'm not doing it. You know why? Because I don't get no check for promoting his name or their situation. This is a really good show. And I say enjoy it and watch it with your friends, but not your kids. Do not let your kids watch Chloe Bailey get her back smacked in like she did in the first 5 minutes. Don't let her watch it. So, you know, that's all I'm saying. I ain't going to keep it going too much longer, but I got another podcast to do, the Hefe Cast, and got a lot of stuff to cover in there. Donald Trump being arrested. I mean, supposedly arrested, and all this extra stuff going on. Also, the Luther review. I finally saw Missing, and the Pornhub, the true story. I'm gonna do those reviews. Coming right back. So you can stick with me. I'm in this. I'm gonna head on over and do the next one. But yeah, good movie. I mean, good TV show. Really good acting from a lot of people. I've never seen Chloe Bailey act. She did a good job. I've never seen Billie Eilish talk. She did a really good job. And this Dominic Fishback, really good job. Really good with the facials. Had the crazy look in the eyes. It was a really good show, but they could take the masturbation. Alrighty then. Now smoke weed now. Peace. Motherfuckers.